For this video, I decided to run Ritual on 30 tier 17 maps and track my results to see how much profit I made. Now I'll start talking about the strategy. In the passive tree, basically I have all the Ritual nodes, some of the scarab nodes, and also increase effect of modifiers on your maps. We are also using 2 Ritual scarab of selectiveness. This scarabs basically allows us to reroll a ritual a total of 5 times, and the first 4 times are going to be free. Then we get 2 Ritual scarabs of abundance, so we get more items to show up in our rituals. And finally we use a blood-filled vessel to have better rewards and more monsters, and also more tribute. Ideally you want to get uniques on your blood-filled vessels, so you get more tribute, but it is not mandatory. So what I do during rituals is that I defer any valuable items I see once it shows up. That secures the item so we don't lose it. And in future maps I defer items when I see that they have a red border. Because if an item has a red border, it will disappear if you don't defer it again. So the idea is to defer a bunch of valuable items from tier 17 maps, maybe 3 or 4 maps, and then to claim the items, run tier 16 maps with a scarab of wisps and the Atlas Keystone Immutable Dogma, so we get a lot more tribute. But the problem with the Keystone is that if you get a Nameless ritual with the Keystone active, you won't be able to reroll your ritual and you will lose some nice profit. Just something to consider if you decide to run the Keystone. Now the Nameless ritual is a special ritual that gives an audience with the king each reroll. That is the king of the Mist boss fight. And it is usually an expensive boss fight. Right now it's a bit more than 1 divine. And you also get ritual bases and corpses in these Nameless rituals. And it's usually where you make a big profit. I haven't found much information on this, but apparently the chance for a Nameless ritual is around 1 in 50. But I cannot really confirm or deny if that is true or not. And also, it seems that we don't know if the Nameless ritual is a special ritual or not. I say this because on the passive tree, there are 2 nodes that give a better chance of special rituals. And from personal experience, I feel like I have seen more Nameless rituals when I have those 2 passive points allocated. Anyway, the amount of tribute that you get each map depends. If you have unique monsters in your ritual, and also in your blood-filled vessels, you will get more tribute. I would say that 6,000 tribute should be enough to reroll and defer pretty much everything. Just make sure that for your last reroll, you have at least 2,500 tribute left. You should be able to defer anything with that amount of tribute, as long as you have all the ritual passives on the Atlas passive tree. Now I will talk about the total investment, the results, and the profit. What I will say about ritual is that how much profit you make will vary a lot depending on RNG. Ritual can be a very hit or miss mechanic. But I think that in tier 17 maps and with a decent investment, we can guarantee some nice profit while having a chance of hitting something big or some Nameless rituals. The total investment for this project was 14 divines. As you can see, I tried to include everything: the scarabs, the vessels, the maps, the chisels, the tier 16 maps as well, and some chaos orbs to reroll the tier 17 maps. The profit, after including the 14 divines of investment, was 54.3 divines. Keep in mind that for the profit, I only considered items that I got from the ritual window only. I didn't consider any items I dropped from mobs, or the Uberboss fragments or anything like that. Obviously, this doesn't mean that if you do 30 ritual maps exactly as I did, you are going to get the same results. As I said, ritual can be really hit or miss. And to be fair, I found 2 nameless rituals in 30 maps, which is very lucky. Each nameless ritual is worth around 10 divines, so if you don't want to include those, then take away 20 divines from the final profit. If you're wondering how long this took, it really depends on how fast you can do tier 17 maps and how fast you can shop in ritual. I would say that on average I took around 7 to 8 minutes per tier 17 map and 1 or 2 minutes per tier 16 map. In tier 17 maps I was running Fortress and Sanctuary for the layouts. In tier 16 maps I was running City Square, since you can get rituals with 3 unique enemies from the boss fight, and also the layout is great for ritual. Regarding what to look for when you are shopping during ritual, personally I skipped almost everything that was less than 10 chaos. Items to look out for: omens are valuable, obviously divines, big currencies, some of the delve currencies are valuable, some of the fossils, the resonators, gems, maps, unique maps, divination cards. In tier 17 maps, sometimes ritual bases with item level 84 are quite valuable. In this league, Archdemon crowns are pretty valuable. Right now they are going for 0.9 divines, basically a divine. Corpses are also very good, some of them can be worth quite a few divines. And then fracture bases, synthesize bases, and rare items with good modifiers in general. So I hope that you found this video informative. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye bye.